Hi guys, greetings from Bulgaria. I am Anton, and in this video we are going to discuss auto-healing for web tests. So first we're going to cover what is auto-healing, why you need to care. Then of course we're going to discuss some pros and cons of this feature, and then as in all of the videos we're going to see a really detailed code demos with really exciting code that you can download later. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the ring bell so that you get notified when new videos are published to the channel. New videos are coming each week, really interesting. Also, if you haven't checked the blog of Lambda Test, please do so. There are many detailed articles about many challenging topics that you need to read. Now, let's get back to what is auto-healing. This auto-healing feature here I'm going to present on the Lambda Test channel is something that, you know, in automated testing tools, they have been used commonly for their ability to speed up. This will be, by the way, our demo app. So these automated testing tools, they have been used commonly for their ability to speed up testing process, ensuring consistent results and save valuable time and effort. However, like any powerful tool, it comes with its own challenges. These are the flaky tests, the unexpected failures, and the need for constant maintenance, which can hinder the full potential of automated testing. If you want, if you watch some of my videos on the channel and all of the videos of other influencers, you know that first we promote people to learn how to write properly automated tests, from the basics to proper locator strategies to handling test data properly and the usage of proper design patterns. For sure, I believe that this is still valid and this should be your first step. However, at some point, even when you have mastered all those steps and the web, you know, the web apps, they're changing rapidly beyond our control. And to deal with such issues, Lambda Test has come up with all new auto-healing feature to transform your Selenium testing journey. It is a game-changing feature that automatically empowers your test to recover from certain failures, making your test suite more robust and reliable. You know me, I don't like 100% ads and promoting something in all of the cases, since even the greatest tools, when they are overused, can cause more problems than help. And I believe that this feature can solve specific problems in combination with all other good practices that we promote on the channel. But first, what is auto-healing? Maybe the greatest place to check first is, of course, to check the Lambda Test documentation. But in short, in web applications, elements can change their locators, as we'll do in a minute. This is happening due to updates from the programmers, from front-end developers. And the auto-healing feature is equipped to handle this seamlessly. It automatically detects the new locator and continues the test execution without any manual intervention. And as you can read here in the documentation, the only thing that you need to do is to enable this auto-heal key in your Lambda Test configuration. Now, later on we are going to discuss some limitations at the end after the demo, but I wanted to show you first, as I said, I created this demo app. Maybe you are familiar with it. This is a popular framework. This comes from popular framework for front-end development called Bootstrap. And this is one of their examples, and I basically clone it. However, when you clone it and run it locally, this will run on localhost. By the way, everything, all of the resources, the source code, you can find them in the links below. You can clone the repo, and this demo app is there. basically in this Java project, the demo app is present in this resources folder, where when you open it, I did two things. The first thing is that this is a static website. It's not running on localhost. You can open the HTML, as you can see here, index.html, and this website, or basically web page, will be displayed. However, I wanted a particular server, and I wanted to expose this website. To the public, to the Lambda Test Cloud. So the thing that I do now is I'm starting a simple Python server that will basically run localhost on port 8000. So I'm running it, and as you can see it now, when we open localhost 8000, this will open this particular page. The reason for doing that is that I want to modify the locators now. We'll write a simple test, then we're going to change some of the locators, some of the HTML elements to see whether the auto-healing is working or not. And since we are going to run this in the Lambda Test Cloud, basically we need to expose this localhost to the public. To do so, we have two options. The first option is to run basically we need to run Lambda Test tunnel. This is option 1, and option 2 is to use a popular tool for doing local development called 𝐴𝐻𝐿. So I basically downloaded 𝐴𝐻𝐿 and configured it, and it's running, basically it's exposing to the public my localhost app so that we can check it in Lambda test. This is what I did. To configure Lambda tests, probably if you have an account, it's really easy. We open this capabilities generator, and from here you can pick your desired unit testing framework. In my case, we'll just pick Java. Later I will show you how I configure the project. You can pick one of the many combinations between browser and versions. You can pick operating system. You can pick resolution if you want to do this type of responsive testing, which this cloud is really great. Also, we can turn on Selenium CDP. As you know, from version 4 of Selenium, we have access to the Chrome developer tools, which unleashes like thousands of combinations and what we can do with it. There are like 20 videos about this protocol on the channel that I recorded to show different use cases where you can use this Chrome developer tools and bidirectional APIs of Selenium. You will notice that here we have more advanced things like recording videos, screenshots. Here we can configure the tunnel, etc, etc. Here still you don't have the option right now for this auto heal, but later, since this is completely new feature, at some point this will be updated. But again, you need to open now the official documentation, testing capabilities, and here we have in the documentation this auto healing option. Basically, you need additional key auto heal set to true. For now, it will be turned off until we develop our test. Let's investigate really quickly the demo app. I won't spend much time working on locators, etc. However, we are going to use the page object design pattern just to organize our tests real quick. Again, the important thing here is to test whether the auto healing is working or not. So this is really a simple form that I want to fill all of the fields here. We want to click the proceed button, and that's all. You will notice that when you inspect here all of the elements, you will notice that all of them, they have proper IDs. Here for the first name we have ID, for the address we have ID, for all of the fields, right? Here we have ID country. Maybe the only part where we'll need to, for example, write expat is for the button, and in order to get the button, maybe we can use the text here. So we can use this XPath button, square brackets, as you know, we can type text, and then we can write continue to checkout. Or what is the text here? Maybe I haven't copied it. Oh, I have a typo in the element. Here it is. So we're going to use the IDs in most of the cases, and then we're going to use this XPath. Later, I'm going to, at the end, we'll write one really complex XPath to see, this will be our final test to find this text field based on some of the fields here, but later on, this is a surprise where we are going to use this XPath access. If you have watched some of my videos, you know that I'm a really huge fan of XPath because you can write much more complex XPaths that can handle many complex situations. So again, from the links below, you can clone the repo. This is a simple JUnit Selenium setup. We're using Maven. This is one of the dependency managers for Java, one of these tools responsible for that. I installed all of the, in this pom.xml, this is the file for those dependencies. I installed the dependencies for JUnit. This is the popular unit testing framework. If you're not familiar with JUnit, please check the links below. There are dedicated videos and whole series on it on the Lambda Test channel. And there is one 30-minute video that it's summarizing everything that you need to know real quick. So we have the dependencies for JUnit, then we have Selenium, the latest version, and we have WebDriver Manager for backward compatibility. If you're using Selenium 4.11 or above, this WebDriver management and browser management, they're built in now in Selenium, which is really great. And then what else? I created one class here under the test folder where basically we have an instance to the WebDriver. Again, even you don't need this if you're going to run all of the tests in the Lambda Test Cloud, because Lambda Test is handling all of that automatically for you. I copied all of this again from the capabilities generator here. The only thing that I added is this auto heal option. For now, I will turn this off. So what we have here, we have the username and the access key. I get them from environmental variables for security reasons. Then we said we want Chrome, we want the latest version. We set the username, the access key, the build name, the platform name, that we want Selenium 4, not some older version. And basically we're saying here the URL to the Lambda Test Cloud. That's all. And we are maximizing the browser. And now we have a simple empty test here. I'm going to create a page object model for this page that we created for this checkout example. Here I created a package called local page. And inside of it, I'm going to create a class called local page. Let's zoom in a little bit. So here, just to summarize again, in the links below you will find there are dedicated videos about the page object design pattern, but its main reason to exist is that in a separate class we are putting all the elements for a particular page with all the locators, and we create those methods that we can reuse later. For example, I don't want in my tests every time to repeat the locators or repeat the locators or how we type the info. Instead, in my local page, I will have one method for that I can call fill info, that it will basically insert all of the provided data. That's all. So first we need an instance to the driver. We need, of course, to import it. Then we need to initialize that in the constructor. Here it is. And then I usually put the methods in public getters. Why public getters, not private fields? It's up to you. As you know, I wrote several books about test automation. One of them is about design patterns for automated testing in Java. And these page objects, they have like 10 or even more variations. In one of them, all the elements are private fields. In another approach is to put them in public getters and return the element every time. This will allow you to use these public getters and elements inside your tests. And for example, if you want to click it, you don't need to write here a method click first element or particular button or whatever. This is the benefit of that. So for most elements, as I said, we're going to find them by ID. So this will be repeated, so I will just copy to spare some time. Everything is the same here, right? We have the select, this is a special class for the dropdown, and we are finding all of those by ID. So these are all the fields that we need to fill in. And lastly, we have the submit button. As I said, the submit button, we find it by this XPath, where we wrote it in Chrome Developer Tools. We find it by this continue to checkout. Later, we are going to modify it to see that the AutoHeal will fix it. Then we have one method for navigating to the 𝐴𝐻𝐞𝐬 website. Here it is. You will see a little bit later about this cookie. Sometimes we use cookies to automate some stuff. I suggest there is a dedicated video about how to use cookies and automated testing on the Lambda test channel that I recorded this year. It's really great. But basically, this navigate method, we first navigate to this website. Initially, if we don't set this cookie, we need to click a particular warning that this website is safe. And it's safe because we are using it. Basically, you need here to the value of the cookie is actually the auto-generated domain, and after that we have one we can have one method called fill info. You will notice that this fill info, it will basically call all the methods and type the text there or select it from the dropdown. You will notice that here I'm not providing like 20 parameters or 15 or whatever for the first name, last name, city, the zip code, etc. But I'm providing this client info. This is called a model class, a DTO, data transfer object. And basically here I created this class. It's just wrapping all the data instead of, again, providing so many parameters, because this is a bad practice. The good practice here, the best practice, is to use such classes. And instead of generating with IntelliJ all of the getters and setters for those fields, I'm using this data enumeration. This comes from built-in extension in IntelliJ, a special project called 𝐴𝐻𝐿. And this 𝐴𝐻𝐿 data attribute, it will generate, basically this is alternative to generating like this all of the getters and setters. Instead of having such a long class, this data attribute compile time will generate the constructors and the getters and the setters for us. So here for the local page, again, let's see now how we can fill all of the information. Here it is. We are getting the getter, the first name now, and then I'm calling send keys, and we are typing from the client info class that we're going to initialize in the test. We're typing the first name that we set in the test, then the last name, and all of the other stuff. What else? We need to set the expiration date and the CSV number, and in the end we need to click the submit button. And maybe we need one simple assertion. For simplicity, I will put that here. Again, you can watch the tutorial about the assertions in JUnit on the channel. No matter what we are checking that we submitted the form. That's it. And now in our, as you can see here, this empty body, the test is really simple. First, we need to initialize the page object like this, the local page that we created. We are passing the driver, then we are navigating to the page, and as you remember, we are setting the cookie and we are refreshing it. Then we initialize the client info with the test data that we need to set. Here we can provide any type of test data. For simplicity, I'm putting everything in the test, but if we follow all the design patterns, etc., as you know from some of the other videos, we need, for example, a factory class and factory methods for example, to generate this default data. For simplicity, I will put this here now. Then we need to fill the info. So here, this is the act phase. We are filling the info, and at the end, we are going to assert that the form was submitted. At the end, we're closing the session. That's all. And now, let's see whether this works. We won't execute the test locally, so I will just run the test. And let's see what will happen. We go now to the Lambda test. And as you can see, the test now is running. Right now everything is fixed. There are no breaking changes in the app. It should be green in any moment. As you can see here, now it's green. We have the recording of the commands and everything. It has been completed. As you can see here, we're filling all the info. Nothing really special, right? We filled everything is fine. Now, I want to change something. If we go, now it's time to check the auto healing. But first, before using the auto heal, let's see what will happen if we, for example, go and update here the email. I'm going to change the ID of the email field, and I will write email updated for both, and even I'm going to change here the title, the label. Email updated, right? Now, since we are using ngrok, if I refresh here, you will see that now we have this email updated. And if I inspect, you will see that, you know, the ID now is different. If we rerun the test will fail, obviously, because now the ID that it's present here for the email address, here is ID email, but now we cannot find it because we changed it to email updated, right? When we click here on the stack trace, the problem is here with this particular ID. Let's see what will happen if we enable the auto heal. You will be surprised with the result. Now, the big problem here is that the auto heal feature, it won't work since our test now it's failing. Oh, actually it worked. Wow, really cool. Let's see what will happen if we... Sometimes we need at least once the test to be green. In this particular session I ran it before, maybe this is why it worked for the first time. If we refresh, actually, as you can see here, now we have this icon, which means that the test was auto-healed. Do you see it? This badge. If we click it, when we scroll down, you will see that you have the same icon on the element on the command. Actually, let's move it like here so that you can see it. Here, this is my auto-healed feature. Before it was email ID, But now, since we turn off the auto healing, the auto heal feature healed our test and found the new ID. Okay, but you will say, okay, this is really simple. I mean, this is just one ID, right? Let's see what will happen if we change, for example, the let's do two other changes. Instead of continue to checkout, let's see whether this will work with 𝑨𝒏𝒕𝒐𝒏. I will change the name of the button here. Let's say that this will be called proceed. I will even not just change the text here or the ID, but I will add one more button here. I will add one more button. Let's see what will happen. Let's refresh now the page. This is the page now. As you can see, here we changed the name of the button and we added one more button. Let's rerun the test. I will do two more tests that I was really surprised, really. When I was experimenting with this feature, I didn't expect that this feature will work for such scenarios. This is why I developed different scenarios. As you can see now, the test is again green, which is wow, just wow. When we go to the Lambda test now, let's see, again, it was auto-healed. And if we scroll, you'll see that first the email was healed, and then my 𝑨𝒏𝒕𝒐𝒏 here for the button that should be button text continue to checkout, it was fixed with CSS. Really great. One more test. Let's add a completely new section with divs and many other elements, not just one button. I will leave the button, but I will again add a whole new section here with input, with divs and labels. Let's rerun it and see whether this will continue to work. I really, when I experimented, I expected that when there are certain changes and inserted new elements, that this will completely fail. And it's like, this is super cool that it managed to work, right? Even with these new elements, it continues to work. It was healed once again. Amazing. And I want to write one last test. Really, because if you have watched some of my many videos on the channel, you know that in certain cases we need to write really complex 𝑨𝒏𝒕 locators based on this 𝑨𝒏𝒕 access, like ancestor, descendant, following sibling, preceding sibling, and I wanted to experiment whether this will work really. If we like change part of this locator, whether it will continue to work. So I will find this promo code based on this element here. Let's see how this will work. So first I will select here the email address. I will find its form here. The form has a parent, this div, and then inside of it, later on we will, let's see where this is, not the total but the promo code. As you can see, the promo code is here, and we need first to select this form to find its div. Then we need to select this div here and then drill down. So how this will happen? Let's first select the input for the email, right? ID equal to email updated, or we can return it to email. Let's return it to an email. Email updated. Let's return it to email like this. So here is the ML. Then we can find the form. We can type ancestor form. This is the form. Then we can find its parent diff. This is the parent diff. Then we can find its preceding sibling, which means this particular diff. And then we can find a form, a diff, and then an input, which is this promo code. Okay? This is the locator that we are going to use. In our page here, at the end, after the button, I will have this promo code, right? Promo code getter. And for this promo code getter, this is the same XPath here. This really complex, super complex XPath. Just for the test here, I will always type some test code. Test. So let's run it now. Let's run it one time. Then we're going to update again the ML label, the ML ID. So that we can break the test. And also I will delete, because until now we added elements. Now I will delete some. For example, we can remove all of the labels and check whether this will work or not. As you can see now, the test is green. And let's go to the here and let's update that. Email updated. And let's delete this label, and I'm going to delete a few labels as well, not only one but a few elements. And let's run it. This is the ultimate test. If this works, everything works. You will be amazed. I mean, I didn't expect that this will work, right? Of course, this is not, as you can see, it's green. We can see how it was fixed. If we go to Lambda test now, let's refresh. Now, as you can see, it was auto-healed. And as you can see, a few elements here were auto-healed. So this is not working just for one or for two, but for many. Here we have so many changes. This is really great. Here is the input for the ML. This is a really complex XPath, as you can see. And as you can see, this is the really ugly XPath, and now even the platform suggested even better locator. Excellent. So this auto-healing, let's wrap up. This auto-healing, there are two things. While this auto-healing feature is a powerful addition to your testing arsenal, there are certain limitations to keep in mind. First, auto-healing cannot recover from all types of errors, such as WebDriver initialization or system-level failures. However, it effectively handles a wide range of issues. While it reduces the test flakiness, reviewing the logs as we did and understanding why the test needs healing, this is essential. This ensures that any real issues are properly addressed. You need to do this every day. Also, sometimes auto-healing may impact test execution time due to these additional checks and recovery mechanisms. However, the benefit, they far outweigh this minimal impact. And additionally, this auto-healing feature is currently supported on all browsers and the latest browser versions except Internet Explorer. And remember, while auto-healing feature is valuable, it does not replace your tests are well designed and have proper error handling in place. This is really crucial. So thank you for watching. I really enjoy doing this video. If you have any comments or questions, put them in the comments section below. Don't forget to check the Lambda test blog, because there are many detailed articles there. Check the community and get your free certification about JUnit and Selenium. Thank you for watching, and see you in other videos.